Hey everyone, hope all is well. Like many people in the world, I am a meat eater, and one of the main reasons for this is because growing up I was very fussy with my food. Meat seemed like the easier, tastier option. But over the years I have got better, and I'd like to regard myself now as a borderline vegetarian. I'm very, very close. But I'm interested to know how many of you out there are vegetarian or vegan, and if so, for what reasons? And I'd also like to know, if there was the possibility of eating meat without the need of slaughtering any animal, would you do that? Because I believe very, very soon we will in fact have that choice. I'm sure many of you know of the celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay, who has a real reputation for being tough, ruthless and blunt. Well, I will never forget, quite a few years ago now, seeing him on a TV show where he saw a pig that he was going to cook get stunned, hung up and slaughtered. And I think he even asked if the pig was alright at one point, which it clearly wasn't. When it happened, he went completely white in the face. And for me, that was just a great example of what happens when the out of sight, out of mind mentality is no longer there. And some people say you shouldn't eat meat unless you have the capacity to kill an animal yourself. And that's partly the reason why I feel like such a hypocrite with my own eating habits. I mean, I hate the way animals are bred for food. I'm disgusted by many of the instances in which they're treated. And I certainly couldn't kill one myself. Yet I still choose to eat meat. Okay, time to inject some positivity into this video. I truly believe that in the next 20 years, approximately, we will be able to produce meat to the masses without killing any animals. And I know what you're thinking. How? 3D printing. Have you ever heard of it? It is a fantastic process in which you get a digital model and use it to produce a solid three-dimensional object. Think of an ink printer, for example. You design what you want on a computer and then create a physical copy, except it's two-dimensional. So imagine using multiple layers, and instead of using ink, using whatever material you want. This technology is incredibly exciting and will no doubt revolutionise the world. I have a few examples of where it's been used already. I can start with a very recent example of an American patient who had 75% of their skull replaced with a 3D printed implant. And then there is the work of Surgeon Anthony Atala, who managed to 3D print a bladder which was given to a young patient. And more recently, he has 3D printed a kidney. Now this is still in early development because although it has the structure of a kidney, it doesn't quite yet have the functionality. But still, it's just incredible what we can do already. And if we were to look at things on an even bigger scale, like seriously huge machines, 3D printers could one day replace some of the most dangerous jobs in the construction industry. You know what I'm getting to, right? If we can work out the molecular properties, the molecular construct of meat, surely we could print it. Well, scientists are already working on it, but unfortunately, the first 3D printed burger is expected to cost $300,000. And I'm guessing you're not that hungry. But as is the case with all technology, it starts off being very expensive because they have to cover research and development costs. And then over time, it will get cheaper as it enters the mainstream. Can you imagine us all having fabricators like on Star Trek? Awesome. Now there will be many people claiming that printed meat can't be good for you because it's not natural. However, on the flip side, I'd argue that being natural isn't always a good thing. After all, tsunamis are natural. Cancer cells are natural. Bacteria is natural. And therefore we need to put science in place to optimise conditions and improve things where necessary. We could produce the highest quality meat ever made and not have to slaughter one animal. Isn't that exciting? And now you can see why I'm so interested in the future and technology. So expect many more videos like this. Just make sure you click subscribe if you haven't already, so you are notified when my next video goes up. So whether you're a vegan, vegetarian or meat eater, what do you think of my prediction of there being an age of the ethical meat eater? Do you think it will come true? And if it does, would you actually eat meat if you knew it hadn't cost a life in the first place? Really interested to hear your thoughts. Be sure to put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video. And as always, adios till next time.
Excuse me, have you got any burgers? Sorry, I was looking for your burgers.